Hi everyone, my name is Amanda. I am 22 years old and I have Asperger syndrome. I was diagnosed with Asperger's at the age of 17 and I don't know much about it, but I do know how it affects me. When I was growing up, I had very poor social skills and I didn't make a lot of friends. I spent a lot of time by myself. I guess you could say that having Asperger's was tough, but I didn't even know it back then. Back then I just thought people didn't like me, you know. Having Asperger's is really no big deal. I mean, I'm really no different from anybody else. Anyone with Asperger's is, well, we're all pretty much the same. We're just like everybody else, only we just think differently. Also, when I was growing up, I had a certain amount of intelligence. Like, I knew a lot of things that most people didn't know. And I had ways of figuring things out. I had exceptional skills in school. Like, I was very good at spelling, and I was good at art and music, and I had really good memorization skills. Like, I could memorize pretty much anything. Like, in 6th grade, I practically memorized an entire book. And I was able to memorize, like, all kinds of things. Quotes from movies and books. I could memorize words from a song, dance moves, even license plates. I mean, I would memorize stuff like that just for fun. I also had a particular way of doing things. Like, when I was little, if I had, say, a bag of Skittles, I would sort them by color before I would eat them. It was the same way with M&Ms. I would sort them first, then I would eat them. And I have ways of organizing things. Like, if I get a box of crayons or a box of markers or something like that, I would pour the whole thing out onto the floor and then organize it by color. That's pretty much how I always did things. I always like things a certain way. Like, I have to have things in a certain order, otherwise it just doesn't work for me. Every day when I was growing up, I had a certain routine. Like, when I was younger, I would get out of bed, I would do my hair, make my bed, eat my breakfast, and then, get ready for school. As I grew older, routines started to change, but they became certain routines. I would get up, make my bed, do my hair, get dressed, eat, watch TV for about 10-20 minutes, and then go to school. Every year as I grew older, the routines changed. I still have a routine even to this day. Every routine is the same. I have to do things in a certain order. I know it sounds weird, but that's just the way I do things. I can't really help that. Another thing is, when it comes to order, I have to have things a certain way. Like my DVDs. I have them all in alphabetical order, because that way I can find them. That way I know which DVD is where, and I don't have to look through them in a big jumble like I normally would. It's difficult at times, but I don't know. It's just kind of hard to describe, really. growing up with Asperger's, I didn't even know I had it until I turned 17. So I don't really know too much about it. All I know is my experiences growing up. Most people with Asperger's, I guess people would think that they were like people with autism, you know, kind of out there, like they're kind of daydreaming all the time. But that's not what people with autism are like. People with autism are no different than, say, ordinary people. People with autism and Asperger's and all that stuff, we're all just normal people. We're just a little bit special, that's all. We just have certain disabilities that we were born with. We can't help the way we are. We're just like that. But it really doesn't make a difference what we are. What matters is who we are. I mean, I love being around people like me, or people with any kind of disability, whether it be Asperger's, autism, Down syndrome, blind or deaf, mutes, people who can't walk, people who can't read, people who can't count, anything like that. I like being around people like that because not only are they special, but they're also really good people. I mean, I've met a lot of people with Down syndrome, and they are so kind, they are so loving, and they're so nice to be around. So the next time you see somebody like with Asperger's or with autism or something like that, you know, don't be afraid to smile at them. I know I never am. Anyway, that's pretty much Asperger's from my point of view. I know it's not much, but it's pretty much all I know. Anyway, I appreciate you all listening. So, take care, everyone. Bye.